Today class is regarding the components in software automation testing framework. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
there are there are minimum 7 components in software automation testing framework. Okay. We have test data,
Okay.
reporting, and utilities or common utilities, and as well as unit test framework, as well as
Mhm.
build automation tool is there, source code management is there, and runner program. Okay, we will be going one by
Mhm.
one. Okay.
Oh, oh.
Okay. First of all, I will tell this diagram in. Okay. So,
Hmm.
1 minute. 1 minute. See all the components, whichever components I told, right? See all the 7 components. Minimum there is a 7 components. That can be more than 7 components also. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
based on the framework, it can be like a data-driven framework or hybrid framework or modular framework. Okay. So
Okay.
like all the components are interrelated. So we have a test data.
Mhm.
So I'll go
Mhm.
one by component. Okay, test data. Why the test data is very important? So since all the test scripts whichever we have, right? So whichever
Hmm.
we are writing, we need the test data to run that program. Okay, that test
Mhm.
data will be coming from the test data source. So that can be stored in Excel or Word or something. So that can be
Mhm.
managed by Apache POI on Java API is there. Okay. So
Okay.
for Selenium, we can use Apache POI API. Apart from that, there are many things are there. So I am telling as
Mhm.
a sample. Okay. So
Okay.
like.
Okay.
The other component is reports. I'm not going in an orderly manner. So anyway, I'm telling the thing. So
Mhm.
the report means for each and every for like after execution of the testing, right? Automation testing, we need a reports like
Mhm.
that can be HTML report, that can be a like PDF report, or that can be
Mhm.
like based on the JSON or something. We can able to collect, and that can be Allure report also is there. Okay, I'll be telling
Okay. Okay.
one by one. Okay, so
Okay.
basically, we have this structure. One more component is there like utility. So what is the utility means?
Mhm.
Like you told, right, you have a development team. They are doing some code development for their unit testing as well as for their development activities. Okay, so in
Yes.
order to
Yes.
do end-to-end testing, after doing the regression testing, we are planning for a regression suite. Okay,
Mhm.
regression testing
Mhm.
is nothing but whatever testing repeatedly.
Mhm.
So we are going to automate those test cases. Okay, so we are preparing a
Okay.
regression suite for by preparing after preparation of a regression suite. Based on that, we will be identifying. Okay, so in
Okay.
that suite,
Mhm.
some 100 test cases is there. What are all the
Mhm.
critical area we can come as a class method or reusable components.
Okay.
Reusable means package or like a method or utility. We call as a utility. We like in the Python we use, right, behaviors utility
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well as other PyTest. So those are internally defined functions. Functions means
Mhm.
code, reusability code. We can reuse the code.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Okay.
that can be a reusable, can be reusable code based on the project requirements or global standard requirements. So somebody
Mhm.
might have developed in other team. We are going to reuse that one. So we commonly tell us a function library. Function library means from the library we can reuse some of the methods or any other procedures or package or something or like that. Reusable code. For function library
Mhm.
means reusable code. For that, if you pass any parameters, it will accept the parameters, internally execute, and give the output. For any input, it will give the output. Okay, understand?
Okay, okay,
So,
okay,
so that is one. Test data is one component. Report is one component. Utility is one component. So here, whatever we are planning in the regression suite, right? So there be thousand test cases. So what is the test cases?
okay,
We are executing the test case. It will be running some of the program application or something. So whichever manually testing, we are going to automate. So suppose there are 100 web pages is there. So 100 web pages is there. So we need to there will be web elements will be right, text, radio button, and internal API will be there. That API will be interacting with the text field and other things, right? So now to pass the parameters, we need to identify, and we are making as a common code, reusable code. So those are all coming under utility. That can be
okay,
a project utility or some other global commonly standards of some other components, reusable of API or some other things also. Okay,
okay.
understand, right? You have any doubts in
Yeah,
utility?
yeah. Okay, sir. Got
Hmm?
it.
Got
So
it, right?
whatever sir, the utility will also consist that original. If it is Python means Python will consist a lot of n number of utilities file, right? So that one also it will consist. Or
Not only that utilities, that those are all core utilities. Apart from that,
okay. Uh-huh.
that day we created three methods in a particular Python file, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So assuming that you have 10 to 15 teams in your in your company, they are developing a project for the Morgan Stanley or something, or any other project. Okay, so
Okay.
all the 15 teams will not develop the same application, so they may reuse some
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the code.
Okay.
You
Okay.
understand, right? Some standards will be there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
based on the coding standards, some
yeah.
components will be. I told, right, component engineering. Some components will be reused.
Okay.
Somewhere, maybe one team will reuse, other team will. So they will be after having a discussion, they will be centralizedly working. So they will be identifying. They develop a component, they test, and they try to reuse in a particular different environment, maybe in automation environment or in a development environment or in testing or anywhere. Okay, so in order to go for automation, so we are going to reuse the code reusability.
Okay.
Those no, right, all the API and all is type of reusability. That I told, right. In the make my trip application or Google Maps or something, that Google Map is an API. Even
Okay.
Facebook will use the API, and WhatsApp will use the API. So those are reusable
Okay.
codes. So those reusable
Okay.
codes based on your project, whichever you have developed, comes under the utility and function. We are
Okay.
commonly called as a functional library. Functional library means
Okay.
each and every library, it will do some functions. So for
Mhm.
input data, it will execute, manipulate, and give the output data. Okay,
Mhm.
having doubt or not?
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so so one more thing is a unit test framework. We have a
Mhm.
JUnit, or for Selenium we have Java and all for automation, right? So we have
Yeah.
JUnit,
Yeah.
TestNG, and for Python
Uh-huh.
we have PyTest. Okay, here
Yes.
that
Yes.
day PyTest is it is a unit test framework. That day we have written
Mhm.
some code, right? For we may written three methods in a particular Python program. So adding
Yes. Yes.
picking some numbers, whether it is where 3 equal to 4 or 5 equal to, after
Mhm.
manipulating some variables. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
so we are that will that unit under the unit test framework. What will do? We create a test script. Okay, test script means
Mhm.
we are developing methods, right?
Okay.
So assuming that the regression suite is having 1,000 test cases, right? 1,000 test cases we are going to automate. At the very first
Mhm.
moment, they go step by step. So they will identify
Okay.
which are the test cases going to be automated, what are the parameters needed. So like that, there will
Mhm.
be what are the data needed. All will be segregated. They will be doing, and they will be making the code for that one code. So we are
Mhm.
whichever test script. Test script means the code, like Python program, whichever that they created is a test script. Okay, that test script can accept parameters. So this will interact. So this script can also use the utility function library. You are importing some
Okay.
libraries, right? You importing some package or dependency parameters will be there. Dependency methods will be there, any
Okay.
other plugin or something, all will be interacting. So this in this
Okay.
components, all the components will be interacting with one by one.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay.
form means a project object model. Assuming that
Mhm.
web application like HSBC Bank, they are having 1,000 web application, 1,000 web pages. Comes under
Mhm.
15 modules, means each and every module having 100 web pages. So what we'll do, we need to
Okay.
have a need to each and every web pages we will be identifying. So we will be identifying the web elements, and based on that we'll be writing the code for based on the so what parameters going to pass data from the client, so client server. So it will take the data from the client, pass to the server. Yeah, for the request response, it will based on the manipulation, it will do some set of task of instruction to based on the requirement.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Okay. Okay.
so that 1,000 web pages. So we need to create a project object model, means um, each and every web page we need to create a web elements will be there. So web pages will be there. So each and every page we are writing the code, right? So they are integrated. We
Mhm.
need to integrate with
Okay.
palm.xml. So so we see that 1,000 web elements pages in the we need to integrate, right? So in one page will interact with the other page will be interacting with the other, fourth page will be interacting with 10th page, like that. So all the 1,000 pages will be interacting, right? So we Flipkart or Amazon or something, right? So we have a add to product list, cart will be there, payment gateway will be there. So all are closely integrated components. Okay, so those are
Okay.
so for each and every web pages we need to will be controlled by the palm.xml. So that
Mhm.
the other component is the build component. Build, why we need a build means, suppose we are written the test script, so we cannot always run manually each and every. So that day we automated single web page, right?
Yeah.
That day we automated single web page using that Selenium WebDriver. So that that test will be comes under automation testing tool. So like that we identify
Mhm.
that 1,000 web pages there. So we need to control that one. Oh, what is the driver script? What is the runner script? Like that we need to identify, right? So which need to run first, second, third, fifth, second, or based on sequence. So we need to have a sequence. So you need to have a build file. So what is a build file? It will be like controlling the automation test application whichever you created. So it will be controlling based upon the code we have written. Got it? Any doubts?
Yeah. Yeah. Got it,
Any
sir.
doubt? Any doubt you can ask. Yes.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay,
Yes.
sir. No, sir.
See,
Okay.
palm.xml is it is a controller file. Okay, controller file. Suppose in a
Mhm.
web application there are 1,000 web pages like Amazon. It is a retail supply chain management as well as the product sales happening here. Web through the internet, we are trying to purchase a product. So there will be 1,000 web pages will be there, right? So suppose you want to
Mhm.
automate, we need to have a controller, right? So that is a POM is nothing but page object model or project object model. So each and every web like individual applications, we are collecting the information, we are writing the code, we are we are having centralized area called pom.xml. From that it will be controlled. So why we need a build is, so in order to control the overall application, suppose each and every sprint is having one build, means that build we need to, so one build will be triggering the multiple automation. So it will be like interacting with 1,000 web pages one by one, or what is the first page, second page, like that sequence it will go. So it will interact with the API. So that in order to trigger the code, right? Code whichever written, we have made written the test script, we have written the test script using the like PyTest or something. So here we develop the code. So in order to trigger that code, we are using the build. We are using Maven. Maven is a build tool, or can be a Docker, or any other tool can be there. It will trigger the scripts of all the web pages in the with the elements. Okay. So where they are storing the code, so whichever written test scripts, so it can be stored in the like GitHub, Git or GitLab. So it is also one of the components. So source code management is one of the component. Build which build management is one of the component, and unit test framework is the component. In the unit test, it will be overlapped with these are closely coupled components, like utility. So we need to create a design pattern. So based on the design pattern, we need to create the like standards. Based on the coding standards, project standards, we need to follow the standards based upon the client requirements. We are creating the things. Okay. So like the last component is that like runner component. What is the runner component means? So once we build is there, but after doing the automation testing, there will be some test cases will be failing, right? So in order to the development team will fix it, and we need to put it to the like testing, automation testing environment for retesting, right? So that tool continuous integration and continuous deployment, we are using a Jenkins or Bamboo is there. Jenkins or Bamboo. Okay. So it is a continuous integration or continuous deployment tool. So like in one sprint, one build we have created. Assuming that it went normally and it went successfully, but assuming that all the 7 to 8 sprints are testing in a single through. Okay. So like that production environment in automation. So there is we are fixing simultaneously in sprint to refixing the code in build 2 or 5 or something. So on the code we need to again redeploy it in the environment, right? So like we are using the Jenkins, so that will interact with the, it will take the pull the code from the GitHub respective code of the sprint. So it will be deploying into the environment. So it will be doing continuous integration, continuous deployment. Okay. So like okay, so I will come again with this test data. Okay. In the test data, that we should have some standards or some best practice or value adds or something. You know, to have the like framework, it can be hybrid framework, can be data driven framework, or for like modular framework. Okay. So in case of normally all the projects will be going for a hybrid framework based upon the project requirements. The test data should not, you should not hard code any of the test data. You understand, you know what is hard code, right? You should not hard code any test data. That directly is not like implicitly you should not give the values in the code. We should have only in the like spreadsheet that can be in a table, it can be in database, can be in Excel. That Excel we can we are having the Excel as well as a property file. So like in the in that in case of any changes in the test data, you should modify only in the test. You should not modify in the test scripts. That test script should directly pull the data from based upon the data. One data refresh will be happening. Okay, data refresh based upon the timelines. The release team will do data refresh. Once the data refresh is there, the code will automatically need to take the data. So that is a structured way of doing the thing. To maintain the test data, we need to have the data in Excel format, or to deal with Excel, we need to use Apache POA. The Apache POA is nothing but it is a popular API that allows programmers to create, modify, and display MS Office files using the Java program. There are a set of Apache API is controlled by Java program. So it will be interacting with the test script, utilities, and our automation code. So that is the role of Apache POA. Okay, you can use Apache POA or any other tool. Not we should not always simply rely on Apache POA. It is for using it is for controlling the test data in order to interact with the code. Okay, test scripts. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I understand, right?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. The Apache PO is one of the most popular Java libraries for Selenium data-driven testing. It is mainly used for handling all type of Microsoft documents such as Word, Excel, MS Word, and others. Apache PO is an open source library, and it is PO stands for Power Above Functions and Implementation. Okay. And so this is one of the example. There are many tools will be there. So
Okay.
why do you have property files? So any other some files will be keep on changing, right? So we need to have the control in the property file. So there we need to manage. If you get it a chance to Maven, you know what is a property file, what is a build. So in that, if down the line you while doing the project, right, you'll be using the testng or something, or PyTest or something. Then you know what is a property file. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, reporting nothing but how many test cases been passed, how many failed. So need to give in charts, right? It can be like a bar chart, or like a pie chart, or it can be all that. Not to have the data. So we are using the HTML or Allure reports, or PDF reports, or JSON reports based on the library. We can use the extent report. Need to configure in the base class. So in the base, there will be a class for pulling the data from the after once the test script is been running, it will be the test case either fail or pass, right? We need to identify out of 1,000 test cases how many passed, how many failed, how many did not run. So it can be some had been stopped or interrupted or something. So these and all we can capture in the reporting. So as I said,
Okay.
coming to utilities, this is the other it is one of the component. So whichever reusable code, function, methods, libraries. You know what is a library, right? Library is nothing but set of
Yes, yes.
reusable code. So which are going to reuse repeatedly. So that test script can be interact with the library. It can pass input data. It will get the output parameter. Based on the input parameter, the output data will be coming into the coming to the application. Okay, based on the need we need to
Okay.
use. Okay, so these and all will be designed only by the project lead or something who and all who is developing the project, who have suppose who have better idea in that component engineering. So we need to, before identifying for a higher automation, need to identify which component we need to reuse, how to reuse. This and all comes under utilities and common utilities. So as I said, unit test framework, like we have PyTest, TestNG, JUnit. So we are creating the test script in the unit test. So like that day we created one Python file, right? So that is
Yes, yes.
interacting with the other test data, as well as in all the components in the particular framework. So you need to you need to create a design pattern. So the design pattern, how based on the coding standards, project standards, based upon the client requirements, you need to identify. So you need to have a page object model. So whichever I am telling is related to like web application. If the application is total, it is different. If it is not a web application, page object model will not come. Okay, you need to
Okay,
consider that.
okay.
So based upon the each web page on the elements, we need to identify the, so we know what is a web element, right? Like text box, radio
Yes,
button,
yes,
checkbox,
yes.
or any other label or something. So whichever data has been captured or keep on dynamically changing, those are called field. Those are called web elements.
Mm-hmm.
So we are using the
Mm-hmm.
like a unit test framework like PyTest. We are writing the code like what is we are finding the element ID. So what is the element ID it has been having? So the data we are like we are like you are manipulating with other APA or something. You are like eventually you are
Mm-hmm.
capturing the results. Okay. So not to
Okay.
fifth one is the build. So the build is very important since so like, we cannot always manually run the Python file, right? So even though that Python file do multiple method control multiple method, there will be thousand methods will need to have. So we are creating a build. So build can be created by Maven or Docker or any build test tool. There are many build test tools is there. So based upon the, we need to have the if you use the test ng or something after creating the POM file, so we can the next step we can able to create the like if you use Eclipse, suppose
Mm.
in the using for Java project or something, then you will have better idea. So
Okay.
like based on we can take a sample project, some like 10 to 5, not to start. You can able to simple application like e-commerce, small or e-commerce application which is having 7 to 8 web pages. So we'll be
Mm-hmm.
we can able to start with like doing impact analysis. First we need to have the problem statement, which to automate, when to automate, how to automate. So that we are going for a framework. So we need to create a build file. So that build file based upon the like so the earlier project dependency is there. Oh, what is the first? So which is going to execute in the first, second, third sequence. So we need to identify project dependency. Based upon that, we need to run the test. So that Maven is a build tool. So it will be controlling the the entire suite, whichever we automated. So it will be using the pom.xl, pom.xml. So that is the like configuration for the like application whichever we are automated. So Maven will trigger the
Mm-hmm.
scripts whichever all web pages in the elements. So this is one of the component. We need to create a small build. So like that build can be created using Maven. Like one of the tool is auto test is there. Some other there are many tools will be there. So based upon the requirement only, we can decide which tool, whether it is a open source or so based upon the budget. There are many criteria. Based upon the criteria only, we need to select. Okay. Other component is the source code management, the test scripts. Suppose there are a web application automation application we are going to automate. So there are 1,000 web pages is there. So we have selected the Selenium WebDriver tool. It is having grid Selenium grid and as well as the IDE or something or a Maven or something like that. So once you written the code, we need to store the code, right? Whichever automation code. That automation code we
Yeah.
need to store in GitHub or GitLab or something. So it will have the version. So
Okay.
that is called source code
Mm-hmm.
management or version control. So based upon
Version
the
control
build,
system. Okay.
build one, build two, build three, all will be based upon the sprint one. Based upon the sprint will be there. We need to categorize, right? So we need to have an audit
Mm-hmm.
that based upon the release management, that code will be stored in the like GitHub. So why we are going to GitHub? It is like user friendly or reusable, or it can be interacting with the automation framework components.
Mm-hmm.
It can
Mm-hmm.
interact with Maven. it will interact with Jenkins, like that, GitHub. So it is a type of tool. Okay. So next component is a runner component, runner program. So as I said, Jenkins is nothing but a runner program for continuous integration or continuous deployment. So as I told right here, once the automation has been implemented, this Jenkins will control all the things. Okay,
Okay.
it will control even the test data. It will control the reports. Okay, reports also. Suppose some cases test case has been failed, we need to capture the results, right?
Yes, yes.
So those results will be automatically. There is some APIs will be there or plugins will be there. It will capture the auto. It will automatically take the screenshot. Those and all will be controlled by the Jenkins or any other API. So it is for continuous integration or continuous deployment for code. We can also write the code test script. So all are controlled. Each and every component are interrelated here. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So this is the components in software automation testing framework. So we have this is 7 components, minimum 7 components. There can be many components apart from that. So
Okay,
this is the
okay.
high level knowledge transition in components in software automation testing framework. Okay, you have any doubts?
Okay. Just only one doubt, sir.
Yes.
Regarding the fifth point, the build automation tool is there, right?
Yes, yes.
So we are calling the builder means even if some developers they're taking some for example they're performing to create on something by for in particular sprint they are taking one task for that they are creating some codes. Okay, so those set of codes generally we will call if it is they completed they we will call it as a build one for the particular task
No,
they created one build
build
like
build is
that
a
n number
common
of
build build is a common terminology. I am telling
oh
the
okay
even
okay okay.
developer will have the build. Okay, even
Hmm.
automation team build is nothing but bundling all the test scripts. Bundling.
Oh
Suppose there
okay
are
okay okay.
thousands individual methods or something. Based upon, even the development team will use the term. It is a terminology build. Okay, build is
Hmm,
nothing
hmm,
but
hmm, hmm.
the building, bundling.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Even developer
Okay.
will use the term build, but we are telling as a build tool means it will be building. Suppose there are 1,000 components, right? We need to have some
Mhm,
primary, which is a primary, which is a secondary. So like that,
mhm,
it should have some relationship. Each and every test script will have some relationship, right? Which is a primary, secondary, all are interrelated, right? You understand, right? Do you have any
mhm.
doubts?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Understand.
Are you clear with the build or not?
Yeah, yeah. Got it, sir. It's a
So
got it.
build is a term, common terminology. Even developer team will, if they develop any code, they will bundle. They will call as a build file. Okay, that build
Okay,
file
okay.
will be given to testing team. Even automation
Mhm,
team will develop the code, right? They will also develop the code.
mhm,
They will tell us the build. So this build will be given to
mhm,
release team, release management team. They will be
mhm,
deploying the build into
mhm,
the environment for automation testing. So the here
mhm,
Maven will create the build, create the build. It will create the build.
mhm,
Okay, understand that it will create based upon the set of instruction rules, regulations, based upon the project
mhm.
standards. It will create the build. Okay, build means nothing but
Okay.
bundling. Bundling it is a type of exe or something. On a single click, it will do some many actions internally.
Okay,
Got
okay.
it right?
Got it, sir.
Yeah, it is more or less equal to not the exe. It is it is a more or less related to exe executable file
Okay.
build. It is a it is
So
a
it is a yeah, like
in
it's
a
a
suitcase.
Maven is the individual different concept. Okay.
Maven is one of the tool. Docker is one of the tool for
Okay.
build management.
Okay. Okay.
So it will be
Okay, sir.
trigger. There are thousand there can be thousand script in an automation application, right? So there will be a driver script will be there. Uh, like one by function, we will call the function library like that. Okay. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Will be any other doubts? Any other doubt?
Okay, fine, sir. Uh,
I'll.
right now, if
Yeah.
I want to like compare the each step and I want to initiate the one end-to-end framework means which one can I search?
Yes. 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 1 minute. I will stop the. 1 minute. I'm going to big basket. Okay.
Okay.
So see, I'm going. See, like we went through the Google Chrome. Okay,
Yes, yes.
that is a web browser. Okay,
Okay.
so so this is one of the big basket is the like centralized application hosted in any other application server.
Okay. Okay.
Got it right?
Yeah.
It has been hosted. This big basket is been hosted. So it is HTTPS like that is there, right? So this is hosted in one application server. So it is having database server. So these and all data is coming from the database. I told business logic. I told right. That is a API.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Yes. These and all datas. These and all datas.
Mm-hmm.
These and all datas. See the. These are all one pages. See this is one page. These are all datas.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
See,
Got it.
if I this is a text. Okay, this is a text. If
Okay.
I'm placing the cursor over here.
Okay.
What happened? It is telling add to basket or we are telling this is the quantity.
Yeah.
You got it right?
Yeah, got it, sir.
We are placing the quantity. So these are all web elements. Okay, this is a
Okay.
web page.
Okay.
This is a web element. This is a web element. So this is the web application. Okay, this is a big basket. They have deployed the web application in the application server. It is having the web services keep on running. So how do you find this application is running? Since the web services is running, you are able to see this application, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
See, these and all data, these data coming from the database. See, they are telling 500 gram. So they are telling see price. They will tell. If I select this one, they are telling see price 390.
Yes.
They'll give offer also. So here these are all coming from one of the. So we need to while creating the test suite framework, what we need to do first, I told right, test data is there, test script is there, unit test framework is there, build is there, runner class is there, and property file is there, and dependency file is there. So see these if I click on fruits and vegetable, it is going to different web pages. So
Yes, yes.
there will be 1,000 web pages is there.
Okay.
Got it right?
Yeah, got it.
See herbs and seasons. So what you do is say here we are searching. Like I am searching for a oil coconut oil. It- if I hit it is displaying data, right?
Yes, yes.
So these and all we need to test. So we need to first we need to automate, we need to capture through the test script. So what is the item name? So like what is the quantity? So it is all are interrelated to the inventory also is there. So the inventory will come from the database. Each and every product will have the data in the database. Okay, that will be that application server will interact with database server, web server, data front end server, middleware, API, all the things. Okay,
Okay.
you got it right.
So these things and all, whatever the things we are seeing right now, we can say it as it is an API, right? API things.
API surely it will be there. API will be there. Plugin
Okay.
will be there. So see these and all one web page means. So we are creating a page object model. We need to first like this is a web application. So we can test using Selenium WebDriver. So this is the like
Okay.
why are you using Selenium WebDriver? Since we are having the like Google Chrome is there. So same big basket
Yes.
can
Yes.
be called from Safari, Edge,
Mhm.
some other browsers also is there. Okay, many
Yes.
browsers
Yes.
are there.
Yes.
So globally, so somebody will be using Chrome, somebody will be using like Safari, somebody will be using Edge. Like that, many browsers are there. So we need to install all the browsers.
Mhm.
Like that is a Selenium WebDriver we need to do using that one.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
so these are all data.
Mhm.
So this is the price. So
Mhm.
this is the test data. We need to create the test data like that. So today it can be 21 to 50. Tomorrow it can be 30 to 31. So we should not automate here directly. You understand, right?
Mhm. Okay. Yeah.
So this is one of the way I am telling. Like that, it depends upon the project.
Mhm.
So these and
So,
all.
mhm.
See, the grocery items, the product price will be normally weekly it will be changed, daily it will change, monthly it will change. Okay, so what will
Mhm.
do?
Mhm.
They will in the morning or sometime they will do a data refresh. So
Mhm.
prices they will be updating. So they will be
Mhm.
parallelly running the data in the application server or production environment. So the price change
Mhm.
will be happening. So
Okay.
those are all data we need to capture. So we need to consider. So we need to do a
Mhm.
problem statement, analyze the application, understand. So here is so first in order to commonly. So here the login screen is there. Okay, it is
Okay.
asking for mobile number, email
Mhm.
ID. So these are all first of all there will be lakhs of users, right?
Yeah.
So these are all key areas for the test cases.
Okay.
So we need to identify the test suite. So when the
Mhm.
test suite will come repeatedly when you are testing. While
Mhm.
after the regression testing, you are preparing the regression suite. Based upon the
Okay.
regression suite, we are going for the automation test suite.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. So, for this, we need to initially prepare that recruitment document, right? So, like, completely
Yes,
we need to
yes, yes.
prepare a complete. Uh-huh. So, what we
Yeah,
need to
we need
do,
to
and
understand the
also,
application.
okay.
We need to understand the application. So what are the things is there? So this
Okay.
is the this is the web application. How many components are
Mm,
there? What are
mm,
things
mm.
we are going to automate?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sir. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So, it would be fine. Shall I take this one as a sample? Like,
It is very tough to manage with
complex,
that.
like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's looking like very complex. Like, it contains a
No,
lot
it
of,
is very big application. Okay. I will after the session. I will share some other application. Okay.
okay, sir. Okay, that would be, yeah, because it contains a lot
This
of
for
data
a
things.
sample for the identification. I told. Okay.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. There is very
You
high
understand,
level
right?
things.
So,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
these
I'm able
are,
to get you.
so
Yeah.
daily data refresh will be happening. So today this product they will be
Mm.
removing, tomorrow it will be including. Okay.
They have some particular set of time frame, so at the time frame they will update, refresh the data regularly, like that.
Yes, yes, yes. So all are run by some set of program, program will be running. So we are queue will be running. Okay. So it can, that program will be doing.
So for this project, some IT company will handle this website, and they will working on behalf of this.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you have any?
Just also got it. Yeah, nothing, sir. So, is it possible, sir? Tomorrow, do you have the class?
Yes, yes. Tomorrow we'll have the Python class.
Python starting. Oh, okay, sir. Okay, that will be. Okay. Sure, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, sir. So whenever you're getting the time, just let me know that which one is the good website to start from scratch. Like,
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. Sure,
okay,
sure.
sir. Sure.
Okay.